Okay, I'm going to be fairly quick here. I've gotten 5 cards with today's budget. Super Poly. Took up most of it. This card is an incredible board breaker. I don't know if I'll be able to get Garua, the Resonant Wings of Life. Maybe, maybe not. But nevertheless, we still have some very powerful options to use with this card. I also have 3 copies of Boneless Reinoheart. Don't question this, it's Boneless Reinoheart. And I've got a Not Fairy Tale Snow. So this is not Fairy Tale Snow. This is a Brass Disciple. Because it has a very, very interesting interaction with the card Branded Expulsion. Because Branded Expulsion allows you to summon this to your opponent's field incredibly consistently. And by doing so, they can't special summon or tribute Brass Disciple. And since it was summoned this turn in defense, they also can't even, attack. So they just lose effectively due to the fact it's a huge floodgate unless they're playing something like Eldritch or Big Trap Deck. Well, no, Eldritch could probably beat it. But those are the 5 cards. I don't really need to say more. Fairy Tale Snow got banned. Well, it's going to be banned. I didn't feel like it was worth getting Snow just to not anymore. So that's why we're using Ra's Disciple, which is a floodgate instead, because it'll probably come in a bit more useful overall, even after Snow's gone, and even before, considering it's a very powerful card. It's specifically in Branded. But yeah, I'll go into a quick deck profile now. Right, I'll start with the main deck. Triple copies of Aluba, the Jester of Desperate. I pronounced that entire name completely wrong. Aluba, the Jester of Desperate. That is staying in. I don't know why, but including the Prismatic Secret Rare. Triple Tragedy. 1 Gold Sock, 1 Kit, 1 Mercuria, 1 Branded Lost, and, of course, 3 Branded Fusion, and the 1 Branded Expulsion, because this card is actually pretty decent for a branded spell trap, which is why it is included, because it's probably the best one that we own, being totally honest. For our branded fusion materials, we have the 2 Fallen Albaz, and the 1 Ra's Disciple. Two Elements package, triple Merly, triple Havness, triple Shiren, double Sulek, and 3 Boneless Reinoheart. For a very small Shadol package, we have 1 Squamata, 1 Beast. Pretty standard. And then, I suppose Instant Fusion is a Two Elements card, but it is an extender in some cases, I guess. Triple Ghost Ogre as our only hand trap, because I think it's better than Effect Veiler at the moment. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Pot of Prosperity, and 1 Caught by the Grave. And that does it for the main deck. Still can't believe that we have this card. Extra deck time. Tokens. I have not organised this, but 1 Titanic Lad, 1 Kid Kalos, 1 Albion, not 1 Albion, 2 Albion, 2 Mirror Jade, 1 Masquerade, 1 Dragon Stapelia, 1 Winder, 2 Lubellion, and 1 Abyss Dweller. This was not organised. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Brigand. Hopefully that gives a good gist, because I got to shove this pile together, because I forgot to organise this, and I cannot be bothered to do multiple takes at this point. Onto the side deck, we have the 1 Super Poly as a board breaker, 3 Medium of the Ice Barrier as a pseudo board breaker for trap decks, and the 2 Dark Ruler No More, and the 1 Dark Ruler No Morph, because we are not morphing today, and the 1 Red Reboot as a board breaker for trap decks specifically. The last opportunity that I actually get to play Red Reboot. 1 Crime, 3 Pointer. This is going to 1. A little bit scary, but it's the last time to abuse it. And 3 D Barrier, because against some matchups it just wins the game. That's it. It is not organized. I'm just going to go into the games. Maybe it'll go well. Maybe it won't go as well as usual. Who knows?
Game 1 starts, and we're up against MathMech. I do not know the MathMech names off by heart. I believe that is subtraction right there. They go into one of their Xyz monsters, which allows them to search MathMech Circular, which allows them to summon MathMech Circular by sending a MathMech card. They send Diameter. They add a MathMech Trap card. They link into Link Disciple, summoning Parallel Exceed, and then summoning another Link monster I do not know the name of, which allows them to make 2 tokens and draw a card. They then make IP Masquerena and Cyber Witch. They resummon a Mathmech, make Link Karibo, set 2 pass. I start with Gold Sark, the IP Masquerena. I did not read the Cyber Switch effect, so that was a very bad IP Masquerena. But I do banish Tragedy to search Aluba, normal Aluba. It's negated by the Apollosa, by the goddess. They activate the Mathmech Trap card, which allows them to resummon 3 monsters and then immediately Xyz summon into the Mathmech version of Trishula, where we send. Well, they do actually hit a TR element, but it's negated and we have no follow up, and they can most likely kill us on the next turn. So we're going first, and they completely brick on Hand Traps and Forbidden Droplet, which in the current format you probably shouldn't be playing this many. We manage to get to a Kid Kalos, which gets impermed, which is fine. We then normal summon a boneless Reinoheart, which gets ashed, which is fine. We make Dweller, we use Dweller Effector in their turn. They Lightning Storm our field, which allows us to use the Kid Kalos, which is negated by Ash Blossom again, and they set 1 pass. From here, I normal Fallen Valbaz and attack directly for 18. They draw into nothing. I'm surprised they didn't normal or summon or set that. I draw a Merly, which allows me to mill 3, which allows me to add Aluba, which allows me to go to the battle phase, and attack in for 18 and 8. Going to end phase, they draw a Nibiru and pass it right on over, where we draw and we normal Aluba, add Branded Lost, and then use the Tragedy effect to reset Brand Diffusion and Grave, activate Brand Diffusion to make Albion, and it's at this point that they concede. On to the final game. So they open a hand, which I cannot evaluate, but all I can see is the Rivalry of Warlords, which most likely is going to help them win the game. So we do actually manage to make a Winder, here, and we also managed to just straight up make a Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Keep note of that. So they have to pay 600 for everything. So we have a very good board here. We normal the Aluba. We activate the Aluba's effect in order to add the Brand of Fusion. I super poly my own monsters away in order to make Dragos Tapelia so I can play around the window. Then they Rivalry of Warlords. I put a counter on a card because, and then swing for 2,000. So they have, I believe, 42 life points here, which means they can only activate a certain amount of card effects. They do not pay attention to this and keep activating card effects, ignoring the fact that there is a Masquerade the Blazing Dragon on the board. So they add Circular, they use Circular's effect, sending a Mathmech to Grave to summon Circular. They then use that Mathmech's effect to resummon itself. They pay 6, using Circular, and they only have 600 life points left. So if they activate a card effect, they will lose the game. And they proceed to activate IP Masquerena, killing themselves, which, you know, is pretty good for us. So our overall record, we managed to win 5 games, I believe, and we unfortunately, I cannot speak, lost 2 of them and drew 1. Complicated things, I played against Labyrinth as well, which I won game 1, they won game 2, and we drew game 3, but overall I had to go and I couldn't keep playing it out. The other matchup was against Sprite, which went fairly well, and I feel like we played fairly consistently. So not much to say here. It's just general improvements that are making the deck better and better every week. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.